Hey everybody, this is Cherokee Edwards from Cherokee Edwards Inspires, where we're going to have shows here to talk about life, to talk about what makes your life special, what makes it better, and everybody working together, because together everyone achieves more. Acronym for the word team. Stay tuned and let's get it on. So welcome everybody and to the Cherokee Edwards Inspires, another edition of that. And I have another good friend and networking buddy of mine. And Steve Daley is an amazing. I don't even want to say handyman, even though that's the term. To me, you're almost like an artist as far as the way you care about people's product. I mean, that's rare. It's rare.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, welcome on board. And
thank you.
Yeah. Hey, let's just jump right in. The water's warm. Tell me a little something about. First of all, we know what's going on. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. We have this coronavirus thing going on.
Right.
I have the audience at a slight disadvantage because I know you personally, but I want them to get to know you a little bit, as well as how are you handling the virus situation with your business?
Well, I very much want to take in mind what my clients feel about it. I know that I use hand sanitizer 27 times a day, or every time I touch something.
Right.
And they say, wash your hands for 20 seconds with hot soap and water.
Right.
I don't always have that with me.
Right.
But unlike most who take a little, dime-sized dot and try and spread that all over their hands, and it doesn't do much. You don't get it everywhere. I put in a good amount in my hands, and they are wet with sanitizer. So I know that I've covered every inch.
Right.
Additionally, I'm in good health,
Mm-hmm.
and I keep a distance. If they need something done, for instance, I put in a lot of safety bars for clients.
Right.
And this is something that allows them to live their lives and take showers that they wouldn't feel safe getting into the shower unless they have a good handhold. Those are important.
Yes.
That is a part of safely growing older and doing what you need to do to do that. So,
right.
In my job, if a client feels that what they need can't be held off,
mm-hmm.
and it's paramount to their safety, their lifestyle, then I keep my distance. I make sure that they explain what is going on at a distance. Anything I touch while I'm there, if I can, I will use a paper towel in between my hand and what I'm doing. I'll wipe things down as I leave, and I then say to them, thank you so much. Give it a little time, spray some Lysol, be safe.
Right.
And so I am continuing to work on a selective basis. If things are easily put off, we're choosing to do that. But
right.
So there you go.
Well, yeah, and I think that's important because that's one of the reasons why I love what you do, because even when you listen to how you do a job, you can hear the caring. Let's give the audience a little bit of a background on you. First of all, let's talk about the name of your company and why you did what you did. Let's start off with that.
Okay. I am Stephen Daley, and it is spelled Daley. Mm-hmm. My company is Daley Necessities Incorporated, and everybody says, "Oh, that's so funny!" And it's, well, thank you. I'm clever, I guess. But that is what it is. With Daley Necessities, I provide handyman services.
Mm-hmm.
And as you've heard before, as we network together, if someone needs handyman services, whether it's assembly, installation, general repair, but they don't need a whole crew,
right?
I consider myself and espouse myself to be the one-man cornucopia of can-dos.
I love it.
So I only have one pair of hands. So I do keep my jobs to things that are doable by one person.
Right.
And so that is very inclusive and very specifically not inclusive.
Right.
I take pride in what I do. I keep myself clean and the environment clean when I go in. And living in Williamsburg, where there is quite a substantial older population, I feel like I'm almost been adopted by many of my clients.
Oh, yeah.
The majority of my base is referral.
Right.
And once I have a client, and because I charge hourly, that's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people just don't feel comfortable with that.
Right.
But I give them the option to, go get estimates.
Yeah.
Frequently, I will turn down work because what they have and what they need done may not be brain science, but it is also something that just by the nature of it takes a long time to do.
Right.
And so I will frequently say, thank you for your interest. I think you'll do better hiring somebody who will give you an estimate for the job on whole. Perhaps they have an assistant with more than one set of hands. They can, hold something that's 30 foot long.
Right.
Or I can't do that alone.
Right.
Additionally, I would like to throw in, I have a Williamsburg photo booth.
Yes.
And that is primarily weddings that I do, but any festive event, be it a holiday party or a birthday party, a going away party, anything that would benefit from the joy and pleasure that a good old-fashioned photo booth brings to the occasion. I enjoy doing that. And it's my wife has a couple of businesses as well, one of which is being a DJ and an MC, wedding coordinator.
Oh, yeah.
And so frequently we get to work together.
Right.
So she'll book a job, and part of her offering is me.
Yeah. Hey.
So
can't beat that.
Take my husband.
Take care.
And so that gives us a great opportunity to work together. Others, she'll be off on a Saturday night working a party, and I'll be someplace else working a party.
Right.
So that's great fun.
That's awesome to work together. And of course, I love your wife as well, and we'll have her on next. So, this is a beautiful situation. Let me ask you something. What inspired you to, be this creator? I know that I love listening to you talking about your acting career, and the audience doesn't know you like that. So give us a little bit of that background and what inspired you to do the things you do today.
Okay. Well, as you mentioned, my wife and I both come from acting backgrounds. We were in Manhattan as actors, everything from regional and dinner theater to cruise ships, Broadway national tours. And that was a great life. And we haven't necessarily given it up, but we're not concentrating on that at the moment.
Right.
We were in Manhattan, and 17 years ago, we decided, well, you know what? Perhaps unlike some acting couples, we really like one another.
So it's not for the tabloids?
Nothing tabloid worthy.
Right.
And because of what we did, we had many occasions when one or both of us were out on the road. In our first year of marriage, we were actually apart 17 months.
Whoa.
Excuse me, in our first 2 years. What am I trying to say? In our first 2 years of marriage, we were apart 17 months. And
that's a long time.
we dealt with it.
Yeah.
If she was away, I would try and go visit her. If I was away, she would come and visit me and surprise me. She did that a number of times. It was great, but we like one another and we wanted to be together.
Right.
So after having done the acting thing in Manhattan for many years, when we just started thinking, well, do we always want to live here? It's a great place to be. If
right.
you are there doing the thing that you're there to do.
Right.
And as with time, as actors, unless you're a household name, you end up doing other things to support yourself.
Yeah, supplement your income. Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I did many things, from food service, both, Fridays and Bennigan's and to fine dining, to cater waitering. But additionally, all along that time, I did the things that I do now.
Right.
And when we decided to leave Manhattan and we ended up elimination process being in Williamsburg, it was just a natural step.
Right.
It was something that was near and dear to my heart, something I enjoyed. And so being, again, the population that we have in Williamsburg, it just was a great fit.
Right.
And time to do that.
Right. So. Wow. So, all right. How long have you been a handyman?
Hey, I have a visitor.
Oh.
This is Danny.
Hey, Danny. Hey, Danny.
Like, you're holding me in a strange way, Papa. Let me go.
You're right.
How long ago? In Williamsburg, we've been here about 17 years, as I mentioned.
Right.
And that has been my primary thing,
source. Okay.
The entirety of here.
Okay.
I also did that type of work to a much lesser degree for a number of years in Manhattan.
Okay.
But of course, when you're primarily riding the subway, taking
tools and
the required tools to a place,
got to be challenging,
and getting it just didn't work as well. So I did do that type of work there as well. So 17 plus years.
All right. And I know that you like to do specific type jobs, or at least, like we say, the size, because it needs to be something that you can do on your own. And obviously you've done work for me at the house, me and my wife here, and we got more stuff for you to do too. One of the great things, and that's why I wanted to have you on the podcast. Everybody that I'm bringing on the podcast, as we have launched it this month, actually, is close friends of mine too, and networking as you are to me. So it makes it fun for us. I don't use a script, that, and you don't have to use a script because we're already friends too. We network with each other. We respect each other a great deal. And it's just fun because what we're doing is really just talking. But I would like to get you referrals through this networking system as well. I want people to get to know you. And so they don't have to worry so much about just a complete stranger, even if they just met you for the first time. If I'm referring you, then obviously they're going to feel a little bit warmer. I live out here in what could be considered a retirement community out here, but it's not. But you know what I mean? It's majority of people out here are a little older. They're retired military, government, business owners, and they need people to connect to that they can respect and know that they're going to be accountable. And that's one of the major reasons why I'm happy to have you on board here on the podcast. So I appreciate you with your time with this.
I appreciate you having me as well. Thank you.
Man, it's awesome. It's awesome. So what do you have a goal set for 2020? I know that we got a little bit of a setback with this traumatic experience we're experiencing. Do you have any goals set for yourself for 2020?
Oh, 2020. Well, to get through this difficult time, in a healthy, happy fashion.
Right.
there have been so many things on Facebook. Not that I ever look at Facebook.
Right.
My wife says I troll it. I don't participate. I just troll.
Yeah.
And I veered off here.
That's okay.
They are saying people being with their significant other in a significantly more substantial time, being underfoot with one another, that it's, well, again, my wife and I really like one another, so it hasn't been an issue.
Right.
So I think a lot of people would say that they, for 2020, just don't want to end up with divorce. And we like one another, and she's actually sitting across the desk from me.
Hey, Liz.
Hey, Liz, he says. Hey, hello. Continue my business. Continue serving the people that, again, as I said, the majority of my clientele is from referral.
Right.
And I have a huge amount of repeat business.
Right.
Which I think speaks well of my relationship with them.
It does.
They trust me.
Yes.
They I'll show up at a scheduled time, which I'm a stickler on.
Yes.
Being on time.
Yes.
Or early.
Yes.
I'll sit outside their house for 15 minutes if I arrive early, just so I don't interrupt what they're doing because they expect me at whatever time.
Certain time.
Right. To continue cultivating those relationships, continue cultivating the relationships that we share, for instance,
right,
with the leading edge and our circle of influence.
Right.
And you are doing such a great service and expanding that circle.
I appreciate that.
I want to be like you, the go-to guy,
right,
who not only can help in the immediate need, but when I come in, and these people who feel like I'm their son, who happens to live here as opposed to across the country,
right,
and they expressed to me, people share a lot with me.
Yes,
I could probably go into counseling fairly easily. I guess it's this space and the fact that they like to share.
Right.
I want to be the go-to guy.
Yes.
For those clients, for new friends as I become acquainted with them,
right,
and be a go-to guy to help them accomplish whatever it is they need to do.
Right.
I'm having a difficult time. Thank you for fixing this, but I need a new. Be able to tell them where to go.
That's right.
Be a source of information. Be a friendly shoulder to cry on, and just continue doing what I enjoy doing. So
it sounds like you're okay. You want to. Do you want to expand your client base in, let's say, in the Hampton Roads area? How far are you willing to go out, or do you want to stay in Hampton, Williamsburg?
I really enjoy staying fairly close.
Okay.
I have people in to the west in New Kent.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people circumstantially that are even in Hampton or Newport News, but because of the kind of jobs that I enjoy and really are my bread and butter, they're the smaller jobs.
Right.
It may be an accumulation of small jobs.
Right. Right.
I'll go in and change out a lock set and replace a light fixture with a fan, and put in a new faucet and work on the toilet that's running through. But I enjoy getting in and getting out while they still like me. I don't want to be the guy that goes and is there for 3 weeks.
Right.
In their lives.
You moved in.
It's like, are you ever going to leave?
He's moved in.
I want to go in. in one day, in a few hours, and accomplish a myriad of tasks.
Right.
So that when I leave, they're like, "Oh, you done it already?
Right.
Oh, great! I'll start my next list."
That's right. That's right.
So,
Okay.
So far as expansion, not so much
Outward,
east, west, north, south.
Right. Right.
But just more people within the area.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to pause for a moment so the people can talk about this and the sponsors can give their words, and we'll be right back.
If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
All right. Well, we're back with Mr. Steve Daley, Daley Necessities, the guru. See, I'm going to call you that because that's how I feel about you when it comes to this. Okay. Like I said, it's not every day people can have someone in their most prized possession or, in their home and know that they could leave a person there and have no trepidation about it, have no fear of it. And you're one of those special individuals.
Well, thank you. It surprises me sometimes when clients who've done it for years, I'll show up and they say, "Oh, by the way, I'm leaving. Mm-hmm. Lock the door when you're done."
Exactly.
If I know that that's the way they are, and I've been doing that for years, that's one thing. But when I enter a home for the first time, mm-hmm. and it's perhaps because they got my name from a trusted friend or relative,
right?
That they, as you indicated, an introduction to someone by a trusted person opens the door for immediate friendship,
right?
But they do. I'll show up for the first time to do something that is taking place in their bathroom of their master bedroom, and they leave.
Right.
They feel confident because of the way I've been spoken of to them previously, mm-hmm. By perhaps somebody who's done that for years. And I'm like, okay, I understand. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that trust. Mm-hmm. I only want to do this if you really feel comfortable about it. And they're like, well, if you're okay, I'm okay. And frequently I will say to them, at least the first time they do that to me, thank you for that honor. Thank you for that trust. I appreciate you having that type of confidence in me. But not everybody that you have into your home is necessarily, I am trustworthy. Believe me.
No, that's true. Yeah, I can vouch for that.
All they have is my word.
Right.
But I'll say, if this is something that you're not just doing with me because you've been told I'm a good guy, but that you would do with anybody, you might want to rethink that process.
That's right. That's right.
You might want to, at least for the first couple of times, stick around. You don't have to sit on top of them.
Right.
But be within earshot.
Right.
Know that they are doing what they're there to do and that they're not taking advantage.
Exactly.
Because unfortunately, we do live in a world where people do take advantage.
Right.
And I'm honored to be considered, I hope, as someone who trusts enough, they know that's not ever going to be the case.
Yeah, that's easy. And like I said, for those that know you, we all know that you're extremely trustworthy. Your character's off the charts. I'm not saying that to blow your head up. You've earned that. And when people have earned that, it's just easier to slide them into a referral process. So on that topic, on that topic, Steve, tell our listeners what your ideal client is. And I know the kind of jobs you want, but what is your ideal client? We know the area, but what is your job? This is what I love to do. This is about where the expansion is.
Wow. That is perhaps more difficult than it should be to express. What I really enjoy about what I do is that it's never quite the same.
Mm-hmm.
I like going into a situation where a client has had a myriad of people there over the years attempting to do what they are having me there to do, and I accomplish it.
Right.
Because I don't peg hole any job. There's not one way to do anything. I like to look at the possibilities and perhaps go a little off book in a manner of. So anyone who has the trust. Years ago, there was a coat company, maybe it was Men's Warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Our best clientele are an educated, something to that. I'm paraphrasing.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who knows what they want and are willing to let me accomplish it in the best task, in the best manner that I can come up with. So, someone who really doesn't have it. Oh, somebody said I should hire you.
Right.
Okay, great. What can I do for you? I don't know. What do you do? That's not a great fit.
No, not at all.
But somebody who says, I need this, and this done, go.
Mm-hmm.
That is my best client.
Okay.
And like you said, maybe multiple but smaller tasks.
Right.
That are can be accomplished in an afternoon. I don't want to rebuild a deck.
Right.
I could.
Right.
But it's not going to behoove them to hire me to do that because it's time intensive.
Yeah, you'd be moving in again. You'd be moving in again.
I don't want to move in.
No,
I want to come and raise the bar and
and then get on back to Liz, right? Get on back to Liz. That's right. Well, before we wrap this up, I can't let you leave without saying your extremely catchy catchphrase that I love so much. I don't get to hear it enough, but I'm sorry I got to put you on the spot, but you got to say that catchphrase that you say about your business and what you do.
Well, I basically already said it.
But I want to hear it again.
Okay. So my elevator speech.
Yes.
On meeting someone. Hi, I'm Steve Daley, Daley Necessities. I'm a handyman. Do you need help with assembly, installation, or general repair, but you don't need a whole crew? Daley Necessities is a one-man cornucopia of can-dos based on hard work and integrity. Call me at DNI, where my only necessity is resolving your every necessity. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And Steve, that's our time for today. Thank you once again. This is Steve Daley with Daley Necessities. Thank you so much, big guy, for coming on board with this. And I look forward to seeing you again, and I may have you back on the show again soon.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Cherokee.
All right, buddy. God bless. Have a great day and stay safe.
Bye.
All right.